Okay, so I left off with ethical dilemmas, similar to the ones we reviewed in class. And now I'm going to talk about how he didn't qualify for services. That was so surprising to me because the entire time I was like, he's going to qualify for services. And it was, a Simucase. So I was like, oh, obviously he's going to qualify for services. It's put in a Simucase. But that just shows that not everybody qualifies for services. And sometimes the modified diets are harming or helping the client and nothing needs to be changed, and services would just harm him. So the rationale for not recommending services is that his prognosis is basically going to be staying the same, and it is not likely that he is going to benefit from therapy. So okay, so it is not recommended that he go through therapy because it could be a safety risk. Provide an argument to why it or why not you would repeat. Okay, so you would repeat the video swallow study because he has well, there are two sides. So you could repeat the video swallow study because he has mentioned no change. And it hasn't been the amount of years it has to retake the test. So the retest protocol is that you should have one every so often, similar to the gift that can only be administered every 2 years. So those are factors to not repeat it. But factors to repeat it is if there was change, and to monitor the change that he did have or progressions he did have with the swallowing in the video study. So how would I advocate for this? I would say that we need a referral for a video swallow study that is up to date. So we're not prescribing or modifying a diet that could cause silent aspiration and lead to aspiration pneumonia or lead to choking for the patient, because that can be very dangerous. So I would explain the reasonings of why you need a video study to really see those structures to the radiologist. Okay, so let's move on to Audrey. Audrey was harder to learn from. I understand why we did Audrey for the goals, but it was a lot easier than Jim. She was just a cartoon, so I wasn't as connected to the Simucase or invested in the Simucase, but I did learn how to write goals for dysphagia therapy, which I think was the biggest takeaway. What I would do differently is I would really pay attention to the time and place in which your deficits occur. So what phase and what structures, because that will help you in writing goals. Collaborating with her daughter will help because Audrey has dementia. So collaborating with the daughter and having a good relationship with the daughter is important, as dementia and feeding tubes have a lot of research of not being successful. So making sure you have a good relationship with the daughter to explain that and to work with her to provide the best cares for Audrey. And to collaborate with her aides, because the aides are the ones who are going to be giving her the food under that modified diet. So how would I provide this education to the aides? I would educate on the viscosity of the different liquids and say that these liquids really need to be in place for Audrey, as she is at a risk for pneumonia and she has dementia, so she's not going to be able to remember what she can and cannot eat and drink. I would really make sure they puree things and think in liquids that they need to prevent the risk of aspiration. So I would describe to them the importance of oral care for pneumonia and how it's a pillar of pneumonia, and I would show them maybe like some statistics of the increase of aspiration pneumonia and pneumonia in those who have poor oral care, and really encourage them to help Audrey have good, adequate oral care. And this needs to be conveyed in a way that is polite and respectful, and in a way that shows the importance of it. Thank you.